I'm tired of this. I feel like customers are scamming me. Listen, if you want to negotiate, we can do it. You don't have to lie. All right, you know what? I'm quitting. This is a sincere letter to my customers to tell you to please, let's quit the lying. If you want to negotiate a job, I completely understand. If I was having somebody come out and provide a service to me, whether it's mobile detailing, trash can cleaning, lawn care, pressure washing, a snowball stand, I want to get the best price possible. I want to know the lowest price this guy is going to actually charge me to come and apply this service to me so that I can gain value. And in the back of my head, I know I kind of took some value from this dude, but you don't want to have to give all that money up, especially you want to at least fight back a little bit. That's what a customer's mindset is. But I think that most people, or if you get the ideal customer and if you can find that good range as a business owner, you're not always going to have that. And most of the time, I don't have to deal with it. But there have been a select couple of customers who, trust me, they're just lying. They are plain out not telling me the truth. If you need help keeping up with customers, sending estimates, invoices, or collecting payments from all of your customers for free, then check out QuoteIQ in the App Store and the Google Play Store, or you can try any paid tier right now for just $1 at myquoteiq.com, which is going to be the first link in the comment section and the description. Also, if you sign up for any tier for a year using my link, you're going to get a free coaching call with me. Keeping information behind doors they do not want me to know, and mostly the problem comes in when we talk about mobile detailing. Everybody wants to tell me it's not that bad. Anybody that has detailed a car, anybody that has even cleaned a car for another person knows it's not that bad. It is a household phrase that everybody tries to use when in reality, there's a lot more to it. Now, I've talked about this in previous videos. You can't go extremely deep whenever it comes to asking a ton of different questions to the customer to try to see, what's the state of your vehicle? Am I going to be having to take this car 0 to hero with this cleaning? Should I really be able to charge you more money than I really am? Stuff like major stuff like, hey, is there pet hair in your vehicle? Do you have pets? As you start to ask more questions, you're going to lose the customer, and almost rightfully so on your end, you should probably not work for somebody who's going to try to get the best over on you without even telling you, and you know it in the back of your head, but until you get there, you get blindsided because you're like, oh my gosh, this vehicle is now going to take me not only 30 minutes more than it should, an hour more than it should, probably an hour and a half longer than it really should, because not only are you having to go very deep in detail getting out all this pet hair, which is a different process as a whole than just vacuuming out the car and pulling trash out of the vehicle. So while I have another guy going on, at least I have someone else that's going around the vehicle, hitting all the surfaces with a brush, soap, water, all that, making sure that all this stuff is getting clean before I come around with the vacuum. It's still extremely frustrating because it throws off your entire system, your entire routine of, hey, listen, I've done this over and over and over and over. So now the vehicle that you're going into is no longer a maintenance cleaning. Now it is a, what I like to call 0 to hero. You are completely redoing this customer's car because it is so bad. It's like, how is this guy comfortable driving in this vehicle knowing what it looks like around him? And I guess you don't get to that point until a certain time and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, my car needs to be detailed, which is fine. Obviously, they're having me come out to clean their car, but if you're not going to be giving me a lot of the information that I actually need, or if you're not going to be able to give me your exact home location so that I will have to see, when I go to Google Earth, I'm like, oh, okay, this is the general area, let me give you a quote, and they end up being 5-10 minutes in a different direction, which now it disarms me because I can't even add the travel fee because I've already given you a quote. Or once again, the pet hair. We come back to something that literally adds time, adds labor, adds reasoning, massive reasoning for me to be like, okay, I would probably like to charge you a little bit more money. I'm sorry to say it, but it's going to take me more time, more resources, and I could be going to another vehicle, and I could have planned something after this, vehicle-wise or another service, but instead of me being able to stay on time, make it to the stuff I need to because I understand what it takes me to do a normal car, especially because you told me it's a normal vehicle with a normal amount of dirt, now everything is thrown off. And just lying about it to get a cheaper price is a crazy way to go about it. If you want to negotiate with me, sometimes I decide, if this person didn't respond back to me after I sent them a quote, hey, listen, what do we have to do? What price do I have to get to so I can get your business? Give them a little bit of a discount. They can meet you in the middle. You can meet them in the middle. I completely understand trying to get more work and pushing towards the customer's price and saying, listen, okay, you know what? Giving them a little leeway and saying, hey, I want your business so badly. Maybe they live in a nice area. Maybe their car isn't that bad. Maybe that it's just not going to be a super hard job. And maybe that they're definitely going to pay you and tip you. So it's a customer that you want to work for, especially if you can turn them into a recurring customer. But if you get them lying to you, you cannot run your business correctly. Just ask, right? And a customer's never going to understand this. They almost feel like they know what they're doing and that you've never heard of it before. If you're a business owner, you have dealt with hundreds of customers, thousands of customers, and at this point I absolutely have, and I've messaged with many, 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 many of them. Either I'm gonna get ghosted for my price, I'm gonna get completely accepted, cool, great, here's the address, and I close the job in seconds, or you get that one person that comes along and is like, what? You're gonna charge this much? Can you do it for a little bit less? Okay, sure, throw me a price. You want me to back my price all the way up, but you're not even gonna meet me in the middle. Not only is this a letter to my customers, but it's also a letter to mobile detailers as a whole or service providers. You have to know, be extremely careful. Understand that you're gonna lose jobs if you try to get too informal, if you're trying to ask so many questions to really know what you're getting into. The customer doesn't want that. Unless you get a really good person, you get a nice customer, this is someone that you're going to maintain for a long time, you'll run into those. But you have to know, out of 10 customers, not all 10 are going to be the ones that are going to be A+, home run hits. There are going to be a lot that is going to be one and done jobs, and that person freaking lied to you, took your time, took your money, and they obviously paid you, or maybe they tipped you a little bit, but in the end, they tried to work you over and they didn't even tell you, because I don't want to get to a job and be blindsided and say, oh man, well, you know, now I know this is over here, this is over here, this guy's got pine straw all over the back of this Range Rover, it's everywhere, he didn't tell me anything about that, right? That's not just a normal cleanup, right? Now I'm doing some freaking barnyard fine cleanup, going around with my freaking vacuum, and it's not that strong, so it takes me a ridiculous amount of time, so then the guy in front of me is already finished, because, you know, he hit all the surfaces, there's nothing crazy that he has to try to, like, vacuum out. They got the cheap carpet, so you can't even pull anything out with your shop vac. And now just everything is backwards and it's not going to work. Right now, you need to make a decision whether or not you are okay with some of these situations. You're preparing for the worst case scenario, which I highly recommend. Don't go into every job assuming it's going to be the same way. Even if you have your process down to a bat and you've done it over and over and over and over, just know these customers are going to trick you, quote unquote. They're going to want to get over on you, take your money, and find a way to get a cheaper price without you knowing. And without you knowing what you're getting into, which is the hardest thing. You're going to a random person's house that you've never met. You are going to service a vehicle that you've never seen. And also, you are traveling away from where you live to go to someone's home, and you're trusting them. And they end up doing some nonsense. So be extremely careful. You have to either decide, once again, if you're going to be the person that doesn't care and you're just going to continue doing what you're doing, or if you're going to be the person that is okay with losing a bad customer and not trying to take money from everybody that you possibly can, and say, you know what, I want to know this question, this question, this question. You can have an array of questions even if you copy and paste them, and you always send them to every single customer after they're interested. And now you almost have all the information you could possibly need. Trust me, you're going to weed out a lot of people. You're going to lose a lot of money because you're not just being like super easy to simple to come to as a customer. You're a little more difficult to pursue because they're not going to be able to have that chance to get over on you and get a little bit of discount for the extra labor that you're going to have to do. So once you decide which route you're going to go, you'll be fine. But if you go the one where, like I do, you're just kind of understanding that things are going to be the way they're going to be. I don't want to ask a ton of questions. I want to get as many jobs as possible. That way I can get as much volume and I can get known by as many people. And it's a little bit faster of a social credibility rise versus the latter. And over time, you're going to find out. And as you start making more money with your business, you start getting more recurring work with these A+ customers, you can decide to switch over and make that happen. You let go of all the loose ends, all the ghosting, all the people that are going to try to trick you, not tell you about how bad their car is. Obviously, now that you've done it the first time, it's a maintenance cleaning again. There's no way you go to that customer and you don't expect dog hair. I've had a lot of customers like that. I go and service them for the first time. I'm like, wow, you didn't tell me about this dog hair, bro. I literally am having to forcibly scrape against this carpet or against the seat so that I can try to get this dog hair out. I have a tool for it, but the lily brush is only so good. And then the next time you go, you're like, yeah, I know what's going on here. So it can turn out good, or you can get screwed. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, click the link down below to join my school community. I have 6+ full-length courses in there describing to you every single possible angle of how to start a can cleaning business, mobile detailing business, my entire Facebook strategy that I've landed tens of thousands of dollars with zero ad spend. Also an entire course on how to traverse the financial markets from somebody who makes thousands of dollars a month inside the markets. And a course on how I talk to customers and sell them personally with my actual messages and my before and after pictures that I use to land them. Once again, click the link down below and join my school community today. And join something where there's a ton of other like-minded individuals trying to do the same exact thing as you that you can talk to and message daily.